Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing 18 EU. So again we go to the second operating round of a cycle, and there are no more minors in play. The final exchange round was done. And we are already in phase 8. The Prussian has bought the first 8 train. There are 2 trainless companies right now. The Netherlands Spoorwegen and the Austrian, the Kaiserlich-Königliche Österreichische Staatsbahn. Both of the players will have to pay a couple of bucks. This one isn't so bad, just 100 or so. This one is bad. We're talking about 300 bucks that the owner has to pay and that he doesn't have. So that is a little bit of a problem. Okay, let's go into the next operating round, starting with the FS. And we can be pretty sure that they're gonna probably swallow half. And with that train discount, that will then give them a second train. The goal also will be now to somehow build a connection here. Again, someone has to pay the 60 bucks here. And well, I gotta make some calculations if I can afford a second train if I pay the 60 bucks. If that's enough, fine. If not, I'm gonna do instead an upgrade here. I might do that anyway. Lay a token here. That one is still possible in the next run. I make more money if I make an upgrade here. So yeah, definitely. I want to do that run down here. So I'm going to make this upgrade here into... Hope it's... Wait a second. I'm going to need... Gosh. I'm going to need... Probably this, huh? No, wait, I'm obvious. I always make that wrong. This one? I will need, technically I would need this one. And it seems this is not available anymore. So, I can't do it that way. That's pretty bad. Have to upgrade into something else then. So the only way I can connect Rome right now is actually by using this tile here. Now that is a little bit of a shame. I cannot immediately upgrade here. I always need something like this here. And that one is especially hard. It seems I cannot upgrade this without this tile here, and so that's tricky. I don't know if that will be one day available, but anyways, I can go to Rome like this. I'm gonna lose the 20 bucks here, but I'm making much more money. So I got a 5 train, which is for me a 6 train. So if I start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I can go to Rome from Bucharest, and because these are 2 off-board areas, I get 30 additional bucks for each of my stations. So that's 90 alone. So we're going for 10, 11, that's 6 here, that's 17, 19, 23, 28 and another 9, so it's 37. That's a very, very good run. And the FS also laid a token in Prague. That's the last token, which is a little bit of a shame, but it's important, I think, to have a token here to make sure that you can get out there. And now they have 836 bucks in there, and because they have a train discount, they get a train for 720, so they still have some money left, quite a bit actually, and that is a pretty good position. It's enough money to be able to lay a little bit of track for in terrain, but not that much that you kind of regret that you couldn't spend it. And yeah, the 8 train goes in here, and we do now have a company with 2 trains. That's pretty impressive. I wouldn't count on the option that the FS can run both trains to its full extent, but especially because they have a longer train, but still they're gonna make a ton of money. And they paid out enough to make the share value rise. So the Belgians, they did a London-Warsaw run, only with a single token though, with a 5 train, and they ran for 31, and again they're not quite there. They swallowed half again, and they are now at 760. Yeah, that's not quite enough, so they're gonna have to swallow again half. I think overall it might have been 4 times. It's a little questionable. Was it really worth it? I don't know, and especially because they cannot really run that 8 train that great. Maybe they can, I'm not sure. But anyways, now I went all the way there, so I think I have to do it now. And I mean, at least the share value goes up all the time. That's something. Of course, I'm losing revenue money. That's a bit painful. And now it's the Nederlandse Spoorwegen. And they're gonna need a train, but first they may lay a tile. And they also have to plan ahead. They have an 8 train. Boy, they have to find a great way to run that, but that's not gonna be easy because Berlin is blocked, Paris is blocked, down here Prague is blocked, so where to run the 8? That's not easy. That's not easy at all. If I could connect here, I could start in Paris and then but even that I cannot, it's not good. I mean, I can start there anyways. So here's what I can do. I mean, I got 2 options basically. I could upgrade, I cannot even reach Prague. I could upgrade Munich and then lay a token there. That might itself be a neat idea. But does it help me that much? No, from there building to Vienna might be an interesting option, but it's a long way. You're gonna need 2 mountain tiles, and I won't have any money in here. That's the problem, and the French guys cannot help me. So I did an upgrade here, place a token, maybe then I can go something like this, go down here and then down here. I can collect a couple of cities here. And then we got to find out, right? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if I break through here eventually. Or maybe I can make my way through here. If this becomes a 3, maybe I'm lucky and can slip through there and then make my way to Vienna. That wouldn't be so bad. Not sure. I'm not sure where this will go, but I'm sure we're gonna find out. The problem is that now I gotta buy a train, and that brings me in quite some trouble because I don't have it. I don't have the money to do it. So let's see how much we have here. Oh boy, this is 25. So that's 100. Okay, so this is 664. So we're gonna need about 150 bucks. Okay, I mean, probably selling this one. Maybe it's, I mean, if I have to sell 2 shares, meh. Yeah, I don't want to trash my own share, that's another thing, but, and this one already paid out, so maybe it's not such a bad idea to actually sell that, and then maybe this one here. Yeah, they will pay out this turn, so I think I'm gonna sell these 2. It's a little bit of a, I'm not even sure that's possible. I might not be able to sell that one because there are already 50% in the market, I think. Gotta check that. I think the market limit is still 50%. Yeah, market limit seems to be 50%, so that means we're gonna have to sell these 2 instead, which is clearly a shame, but okay. So there we go. That means this one goes down, gives us 70 bucks. So we get 180. And that allows us now to buy an 8 train for that company. Pretty bad. We won't have a lot of money for our stock round, so only the income from these 4 shares. Boy, that's not good. If things go really wrong, we might even lose one of these companies. I don't know if it's possible, but well, I think 1 share might be yeah, these shares are not expensive, so if these guys pay out, we're going to be able to buy 1 share of those, and then we have at least, we control at least the 2 companies. For what it's worth. I mean, in the end, maybe that's not even so important. Okay, so that's it. Of course, the share value drops again. And then it's the Deutsche Reichsbahn. Yeah, they're also in a gosh. Wow, man, they're in such a bad situation here. There's not a lot they can do. They don't have any extra options. If they would have at least now had a connection here, they could break out here, lay a tile there, and upgrade this. But this all doesn't work. We got to go through this here. Okay, so now we have the option to make a run, but we have a 6 train. I mean, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. I guess this is the best we have. Oh man. Yeah, I don't see anything better here. It sucks. But okay, we got a Pullman, we can double Paris. So it's 7, that's 15. It's 20 now, look at that, pretty cool. So it's 17, 18, 21, 23, 24, 28, and an additional 8. So it's 36, which is, actually it's pretty good. 36 is a pretty solid run if you think about that. I mean, you know, it's not a great route, but it's not such a bad run. And there is still room for optimization here. So, okay, that's something. Okay, now we have the option to lay a token here. And we're going to do that. Yeah, I think I want to do that. Just want to make sure that nobody else kind of cuts me off there again. That would be really bad. I mean, this is extremely important to get a token there, I guess. And we still have a lot of them, so I guess we're good here. And okay, then it's and we paid out, of course. So at least the value here is pretty solid. Now it's the Austrians again, and they are also trainless. So, Now what they could do, and I think they should, and it will cost them a little bit of money here, but it's important, I think. I want to break through this and lay a token here. I think that is a very important thing because, yeah, then I got this great connection from Bucharest to London. That's just massive. So let's do that. It's painful because it means that I have to pay an additional $60, but I want to try it, and so we're going to make that connection through here. I hope it pays off later, and then we're going to lay a tile here in Cologne, and yeah, I think that is a valuable one. Of course, again, bad news for the Germans, really bad news. But if they build something like this, and we'll see that in a second, they might be able to kind of go around that thing. So then it is, they have a good connection, but they cannot run because they don't have a train. However, they have to buy one now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. That's going to be more expensive than before, but I think it was worth it. 7, 8. Oh boy, that's a shame. The problem is the player does not have a lot of shares, so he will not be able, I guess, to get to his share limit during this round, and that sucks. But at least, I mean, it's pretty sure he's not going to win anyways, but at least now he's got a good company and it's fun to play that, and he's going to make a lot of money with these guys, that's for sure. He holds 60%, so he's not going to come in last. And yeah, I think in the end this dot here will pay out. And he's still got one left. Pretty impressive. Okay, they didn't pay out, so the value drops, of course. Now we go to the Bavarians. Interesting. So the Bavarians can do an upgrade there to gray now. Up here. That opens up Dortmund again, but only for a short time. And they're going to throw in one of their tokens. Now the tokening is impressive in this game. I love it. And the simple fact that you pay in advance, you know, just leads to this token war, because now you don't have to pay anymore and you can just place them if you think it brings you an advantage. And I think that is a fantastic part of this game. So yeah, the bad news is, the good news is they have now this tile here, but the bad news is they cannot run their 5 train anymore from, oh yeah, can they? Yeah, they got the city bypass. So they can run from London to Warsaw. 1, they have to skip here, 2, 3, well that's just a 4 train. Still, it might be the best. It might be the best train. Might be the best option. I don't know what else could be possible, maybe from here, but I'm pretty sure that the city... No, it's going to be the Warsaw thing, even if we only run 4 stations. But these are really good stations, and we get an additional 30 per station for these. So we run, that's again, that's 100, 160, 70, 80, 240, 260, 290, and an additional 60. So it's 350. That is fine for now, and it's only getting better. So I think I have enough money. Oh, wait a minute, 350. Now I gotta have to swallow again half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh boy. Yeah, I think it's just gonna work out. So now the Bavarians have the money to buy also an 8 train. And yeah, it's getting harder and harder to run all that stuff efficiently, but we have to try it. I mean, it doesn't look bad. There's definitely this route here in the north, and I'm not sure. I don't think we get the whole 8, but there might be options. One could be, if we get our foot into Prague, that would be pretty good. Yeah, we'll see. So the Prussians have an 8 train, and yeah, I mean, this is all blocked out now. This is so bad. However, what they can do is they can make an upgrade here into this. So at least they have now again the connection London-Warsaw. And then, and that's pretty cool, they have the extra track upgrade. They haven't used that yet. And that allows them to move through here. Oops. And that gives them also a better route. Okay, and now it becomes, they don't use this track anymore, but they go the way south here via Frankfurt and Dresden. So it's not that bad anymore. This is 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18, 20, 21, 24, 30, 31, 32, 35, and then they have 3 tokens, so that's another 90. So that is 44, and in addition they have the Pullman, so they can double London, and so that is another 70. So that is 51. That is a pretty good route. That is a pretty good route, and it is also a route that can be improved. So yeah, I think that was a pretty good start. However, I wonder if I should lay a token here in Frankfurt. The problem is, if I do that, I also need a token there with these guys. That's the important part. So can I get that? Now, the FS does not have any tokens anymore. The Belgium guys also don't. So I think that's a pretty safe bet. If I, yeah, but is it necessary? I mean, who does have tokens? The Bavarian guys do. The Dutch guys do. And the Austrians. Yeah, that sucks. I think we might be forced to somehow. Yeah, I think I want to do that. So I'm going to place a token there. Problem is, of course, now that kind of forces me to do the upgrade with these guys, and then that's not great. But if someone, I think if someone else gets there, I'm really in trouble. So we're in the stock round, and this guy has priority. He's sitting on about 500 bucks here. No, that's not true. 400. What about him? He's sitting on about 300 bucks. Oh boy, you can see there is, even though he has more shares, it's interesting. He swallowed a couple of times and all, but he's doing that good. But you know what? I forgot to pay him out again, and this time I really did. Damn. Pay out the Prussian this time. Last time they swallowed, but this time they ran for 51 a share. And so that also gives this guy down there 51 additional bucks. That is a lot of money. He received it, but the others didn't. But okay, so that means he's sitting now on also on about 500. So between the two, it's going to be a close call. Up here, this guy is also, he's at 400. Yeah, okay, and now these two guys, 150 and he's at 200 maybe. Yeah, they definitely were bad. So it's in the end, it's going to be between these two, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to do that off camera. I don't think there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff going on. Of course, the most attractive shares are the shares of the two train companies, of this one here, which will also get a two train pretty soon. The Prussian is doing well, and maybe that one here, the Austrians, but they gotta figure out a way to get. I'm not sure they can get that Bucharest-London run. It looked promising, but now when Frankfurt gets blocked, yeah, it's questionable. Maybe trashing some shares could be an option. You know, they buy shares of the Deutsche Reichsbahn and then trash that. So that could be an option. But they don't have that much money. They have to. It's gonna be hard. Okay, this guy here, you know, he is in a very bad shape. He's barely has any money and only holds 8 certificates. What he actually does is he can now start selling his own crap, because these are bad companies, especially the French guys, and everything else is basically performing better. So, and he only loses one share value anyways. So it's 140. And instead, for example, I wonder what isn't terribly expensive. It's a little tricky. Many of them are already kind of expensive. Maybe that one is pretty good for 110 bucks. I mean, that is obviously another issue. It's that the good ones are expensive. But anyways, I think I'm going to go with that one for 110. Yeah. Or do I want to invest? You know, maybe I trust. I think I trust the Austrians a little more. And they are cheaper. So they're only 82. So I get a couple of bucks back. So I'm done with the stock round. These three players here managed to get to the certificate limit. These two did not, and here we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 certificates instead of the possible 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, they're actually quite away from that. And yeah, the others didn't manage to get there. And we can see here this guy really holds a good amount of share value with the FS shares. They are at the lead now at 135. The B, the Belgium shares, 110. He also holds 3 of them. So he's really pretty good in share value. And yeah, I think when it comes to the shares, he is clearly in the best shape. In addition to that, he's still sitting on 300 bucks here. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on now with his trains here, and maybe they kind of managed to totally outperform him. But okay, I mean, he also has a company with 2 trains. He is invested in 30% of the Belgian. He only holds 50. So I don't think I can catch up here. I think this guy is probably the winner. But we're not quite there yet. I mean, he has 1 additional share. That's important. He has, because he holds 2 presidencies, while this guy only holds 1. And we will see probably, I think, at least 2 more sets of ORs. So it's not over yet. So yeah, let's go into the next operating round. So the FS has now 2 trains, a 5 and an 8 train. But they are in a pretty bad shape. They cannot run that. They are they're kind of stuck here. The idea is now to upgrade this, make a connection down here, which is going to happen in the next turn because the French are also interested in doing that. And then they can run an 8 train from Vienna to Paris. Because it's a longer train, they can make that a 9 train. And yeah, they can run then from Vienna to Paris via Italy. That is going to be fantastic. And but the problem stays that right now you know, I probably don't want to miss the run here from Bucharest to Rome. It's just too good. So I guess I'm going to run my 5 train or what as a 6 train. It doesn't really matter. I can run that train. And then, I could run the other train from here, from Budapest like this, and then here and eventually go to Munich. But that is obviously, it's a massive waste of something like 3 cities or so. But I think for now it's not that bad. and eventually I can make a city value increase here in Vienna. This is then 80 for my 2 trains. So yeah, and eventually we're going to run that big route down there. We don't have an off-board route then, but I think it's still pretty impressive. So the Belgium guys they are stuck here, right? They cannot go through here. They upgraded this with the goal then to go here to Bremen and then eventually make their way to Berlin and go to Warsaw. But right now they cannot reach that. Let's just hope nobody will block this. That wouldn't be great. Because it cannot be upgraded anymore, you cannot... actually you could, yeah, you could use this. So it would be a double. I think not too many people will be interested in placing a token there. Right now I'm running basically from London via Brussels, taking all these dots here and then end up in Dortmund. That's gonna be that was 31. And I'm gonna have to swallow half, but then I can buy myself an 8 train. Do I need that? Probably not. I definitely cannot drive it to the full extent, but I think I can gain something out of it. You know, I might be able to eventually drive the southern route here somehow. Okay, it's questionable for how long that will be open, but anyways, we can give it a try. So, I also bought myself an 8 train. I now control 2 companies with a 5 and an 8. I mean, one thing is for sure, in this game, route building and tokening is immensely important. And it now makes really a difference. You know, there are a lot of companies there are 3 companies that hold 2 trains, but there might be big differences. And even with a single 8 train, if it runs really good, let's say this guy can somehow manage to go from Bucharest to London, you might be able to make a ton of money. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely an aspect that makes this game a really interesting one. Now, as expected, the Germans, they now managed to slip in here, just like that. I'm considering another tile, though. God. The vacuum pan would have been helpful here. So I think I prefer that one. Place it like this. And yeah, I can lay a dot there. And we'll see what kind of advantage I can take out of this. But it definitely is bad for the others. So that's kind of sweet. And we can run now the 6 train, and now it becomes a reasonable thing here. So we start in London, Paris, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can go to Munich. I mean, maybe eventually there will be a way, maybe, I don't know, but let's try it that way first. I mean, it's at least 5, and we can double Paris without Pullman, so that isn't too bad. So the Austrians have now the chance to upgrade Munich and slip in there. Yeah, it's gonna be that one. Let's see, it was it like this? Yeah, I think so. Do I like that? I don't know. I might prefer this, I guess. Okay, and well, we're gonna... Was it like that? Don't really remember. I don't really remember shit. Was it like that? I don't know. It might have been. I don't know. Gotta check that. So yeah, I had to place it like this. So that is my last token. I'm gonna throw that here into Munich. And my goal, and nobody can actually really destroy that except they are messing up with the upgrades here, but nobody can at least dump a token. My goal is to kind of cut through here. And then I could run from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can make it from Bucharest to London. It's not the full extent, but it would be an amazing run with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tokens in between. That would be just massive. And I still have my 2 train that can run here from Budapest to Vienna. So yeah, that would be just amazing if I could do that. And by the way, I could make that my extra town upgrade. So I can now do a second upgrade immediately. And so I think I'm gonna go this way here now. Augsburg again. So in the next turn, if things don't go wrong, I might be able to do that. That would be just a great run. So yeah, this is now really the time where the routes get optimized, but right now it's they're in a pretty bad shape, especially the ones that have multiple trains. So again, the Bavarian has a 5 and an 8 train, so I guess the 5, and they can skip a city, which at least gives them some advantage. So I don't know, I think one train will basically go from Lyon, I think that's what that is. No, Lyon is down there, Strasbourg. So I think they go here, they don't go to Paris and skip this, they start here in Strasbourg, 1, 2, then go that route, they skip Prague, then Vienna, Trieste, Firenze. I think that's what they try. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, that's just a 5 train. And now we got the 8 train left, and it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4. This is so bad, but you know, I laid a tile here. I want to make that connection over Hamburg, so via Hamburg, so that I can run with the Belgium. I can make that run, which is much better. Later on, the Austrians will make this connection here, and I can use that also for the Bavarian. Here, there is this token here. I can somehow fiddle around here. So I think eventually it will be better. You know, I might be even able to do a run from Berlin down that way, over here, like this, skip Prague, then go down here, you know, and then it's not so bad anymore, but this turn is really poor. But still, I mean, I'm gonna make some money, there's no doubt here. So the Prussian did an upgrade here in Prague. That doesn't do them any good, but then the next company who can slip in, which has a token, is the Deutsche Reichsbahn. So they can then upgrade Prague to a gray city, and then they can make it down here to Vienna and to this whole area here. So I think this is a pretty good action overall. I have an 8 train with the Prussian, so I basically can start 1. Eventually I will be able to make a connection down here, so I can take Amsterdam too, but right now I'm not going to do that. I think that upgrade here is more important. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as I said, eventually that will be 7, which is, I guess, okay. It's not great, but I think it's okay. You know, I think I'm going to throw a token in here. That's not an important token, but it can be upgraded and then people can run through there. But the thing is simply that it gives me an additional 30 bucks on my London to Warsaw run. If I take eventually all that stuff here, I mean, I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tokens. This is 150 extra bucks. That's a lot of money. And I have the Pullman in addition to that for another 70 bucks. So basically 220 bucks just bonus, and then the city values. So that's pretty good. So the Dutch lay a token here. They upgrade this. They lay a token in Amsterdam. So there goes the idea to make that connection. It is already token out. I didn't expect that. I thought Amsterdam is not such an interesting place to be. But you know, they have a ton of tokens. There's not much room to place them. And if they can make a connection here, they can then kind of drive around like this and take a couple of cities. They have an 8 train. It's a very bad situation. On the long run, they might even consider building down here. The French could help them with that. If they build down here, then there might be a chance to somehow start here, go around like this, you know, and then go south somehow. That's an option. They got to try to slip in here in Lyon, and maybe then they're going to be okay. But right now, it's just really poor for a 6 train. They have an 8 train. I think the best they actually can do is run probably from London. Oh boy, just something like, oh fuck it. No, this is not true. No, we start in Paris and go via Brussels like this, and then down here, and then we can go to Berlin. I think that's the best we have. So here the French player decides actually not to build down here right now, and the Italian guy is shocked. Boy, what are you doing? I was hoping for my super run here overall through Italy to Paris, you know, upgrading that, Lyon, and then slipping in here, but nah, it's not going to be that easy. Instead I'm going to build a connection from Paris to Brussels. And through the mountains here to help the Dutch. And then in the next turn, when the Dutch upgrade Lyon, they can drop a token there. And then, you know, things are not that terrible anymore for them. But it's kind of a disappointment for the Italians. They got to find a way around that. I mean, they might even consider, do they have money? Ah, gosh, they're a little short here. Damn. Just a little short. Otherwise, they could have thought about building through the mountains here. But, you know, that just like this, and then make a connection like that. But no, that's not going to happen. So, I don't know. I got to find a way to get around Lyon that way. Well, we'll see. So it's now it is the Italians, and bad luck for them. They're gonna try to improve their route anyways. So they're gonna lay. Oh boy, you gotta. I see. Shit. Question is it worth doing a half swallow? Probably not. I forgot I cannot even... Boy. Oh. Yeah, that's all kind of painful here. What to do with my 8 train? You know, if I start here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I could drive it here, but the thing is, if I go to Rome instead, I think I still make more money because I get the additional 90 bucks here. So, yeah, I think I still run the 8 train like a 5 or something, and the other train then here, I can go, I don't know, something like, yeah, probably to Munich. I guess that might be the best with the 5 train. So I run the 5 train as a 4 and the 8 train as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have my longer train, which doesn't do me any good at all. So yeah, that's really a shame, you know. I didn't work out the way I wanted it. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still running for 650 bucks. That's a good run. And it's probably then what you get with a single train. But if you think about that, I'm having an 8 train and a 5 train, or technically an 8 train and a 6 train with the city with the longer train. It's not that great. I should have a much better run, but it's hard to figure that out here. So 650 anyways. So the Belgian guys are in a terrible position. They're totally cut off here. This is absolutely dead. And I don't know. I mean, they have a 5 and an 8 train. So if they could run this train as a 3 train right now, and the other train, I don't know. I mean, they did an upgrade here with the goal to cut through here somehow, and then they can make that run here, and it's not that terrible anymore. But right now, I mean, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. They could actually do it 1, 2, 3. And then go to here. That's a 4 train. And the other one, I think the best option I have is to run from Hamburg via Berlin and then also here. So that isn't great at all. So the Deutsche Reichsbahn has now the option to do an upgrade here as planned before. And that's a gray city. So Prague is now the second big hub with Dortmund here, these 2 cities. And we want a token there. We don't place the token to Vienna, otherwise someone else just cuts us off. Instead, we place a token there, and now we have a solid run with a 6 train, a really good one. London to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's London to Vienna. I mean, that's classic, right? A fantastic, good run. And we have a Pullman, so we can double Paris. Very, very good. So the Austrians did manage to make a connection here, and they have now a really strong run. They can start here, Bucharest, so that's 5, 10, 11, 17, 18, 24, 25, 26, 31, 32, 35, 36, 38, 45. Now, in addition to that, they get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 150. So that is 500, 600 bucks. And in addition to that, they have the permanent 2 train, which can run for another 110. So they make 710, which is the best run until now. Although they only have basically one train and a small one, right? But this is better than all the 5 and 8s and all that. 710 is the best run. Bucharest, London, just amazing. They were lucky they were able to slip in here in Munich. It wasn't that easy. And then building around here. But in the end, it now all worked out. And yeah, fantastic. Okay, the Bavarian was running for 56. They did the Warsaw-London route here. And the other one here from Köln down here via Munich. Then they skipped Prague and went down all the way here to Firenze. Okay, the Prussians have a nice route too. They can start here in Warsaw, Berlin, go down here, Frankfurt, here north, then they take Amsterdam, they make their way down here to London. That is a 7 train. They have an 8 train, they can double London, and they have 5 tokens. That's going to give them 150. So yeah, they're going to make a really good run here. But they're going to upgrade now Lyon. And this is more bad news for the Italian guy who was hoping for an open route there, but that's not going to happen. So we have now Lyon upgraded. And we're going to throw a token in there. And we have a nice little route now. It's not fantastic. We start here at the harbor of Marseille, then go north, here through Switzerland, go up there, Brussels, go through the Netherlands and Belgium, here to Amsterdam, all the way to Berlin. So that's not so bad. And eventually, if we have a connection here, you know what, we can actually, this is even better, we go this way. We hit Dortmund like this, and then go like this. And eventually, if there's a connection here, we can take Hamburg and Dortmund, because we can do something like this then, which is pretty awesome. So that is not a perfect route, it's no off-board area, but at least we can run, I think we can hit something like 7 cities or something, which isn't so bad. Okay, so I guess I'm going to load this up here. We're going to see one more operating round. It's not going to... I think I want to load it up anyway, although it's not going to go for long. Yeah, it's only one more operating round, then or 2, then the bank will break in the next set of ORs. I think that's pretty obvious here. Still, there is still a lot going on the map. Definitely something I love about this game. And yeah, hope to see you then on the next and probably last video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.